What's going on today, everybody? Today we're going to get into how to edit your view filters with the life safety plan to edit your wall fire ratings. Let's get into the video. So I'm on a project here, and this project actually had some issues with life safety plan. So I'm going to go over how we fix those today. One thing I do want to note is you can tell it's 1 hour rated because you have one white block and then you have a big solid block and then followed by another. Now, I'm just going to redo some command here that I had just for demonstration's sake, where you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 white blocks close together, big solid, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Okay, it would die off into the pattern there, but you could tell that this is a 4-hour rated wall because it has 4 blocks right next to each other. That's something to keep in mind maybe while you're doing your drafting. It's super easy to quality check these things just visually. The first issue that we ran into was that not everything's the cyan color, which is how we've been representing the 1-hour walls in this project. So why is that? Another issue that we had was the pattern seemed not to work on certain walls, but it did on others, and you can see it's all vertical here instead of transferring to horizontal and looking similar to this top wall. But again, this top wall had no color and it's a different type than all the rest, so it seemed to be very inconsistent, but in fact it was actually some pretty easy quick solves, and I'm going to go over those now. So on your life safety plan, the first thing that you need to consider is going to be what detail level you're at. This one says fine, and if we zoom back up here to the top, you'll see this wall is in the wrong orientation. And what I think of is that this wall is showing too much information, and so these detail patterns are following a material instead of an assembly as a whole, and it's really struggling to turn that corner. So it's a really simple fix. All you do is you come into the detail level here on your view template. You'll switch from fine down to coarse, hit click OK, and boom, now your walls are showing in the correct orientation. Now the second error that we had here was also just as simple. You come into the life safety plan, you click on filters, and you can see that all of these filters down here are actually cut patterns of black. So I'm just going to click on the 1 hour. I'm going to click on this fill pattern graphic, and I'm going to override it with this nice looking blue cyan, and I'm going to click OK, OK, OK. And when we look at the project, now all of our colors are fixed across everything. Now additionally, there was one other issue that this project was having, and that was when a wall like this wall, for example, doesn't have any pattern at all. And where would I add that pattern? Well, the first things first is you're going to want to make sure that this wall doesn't occur anywhere else in the project, or else if I change this wall, it'll change it everywhere. So I know for a fact it does. We're going to have this wall in a couple other locations, so I will just duplicate it. I'm not going to name it anything special for this instance. Normally you'll put the hour rating here at the end, which I guess I can do. I'll click OK. Unfortunately, in this example, it's a little bit harder because it's a stacked wall.
So what is a stacked wall? Well, let's click the preview and we can see that a stacked wall is an assembly of multiple different wall types. So first thing you do is you create your wall type, then you select from the wall catalog selection which walls you would actually like to be on top of one another. In this case, it's brick underneath wood. Then you can click OK and your stack wall will be created.
In the stacked wall, you actually have to go into the edit type properties, look at the structure and edit that, and then we can see what this wall is made of. It's made of exterior horizontal siding on wood stud and exterior brick on wood stud. I recommend hitting this preview button, and if you look at the preview, you can see why it's a stacked wall, and it looks like it's a very short amount of brick here at the bottom, and then the rest looks like it's wood. And so it looks like we're probably only going to have to affect the wood stud in this wall for this pattern to work. And so what I'll do is I will just select the other wood stud siding that's the exact same, that has already been duplicated and recreated to be fire rated. They've labeled it as FR for fire rated. I recommend either doing that or the hour rating. I like the hour just so you can see again at a glance up in your properties panel, but it doesn't matter, it's up to you guys. And I'll click on that, and now when I click OK in the stacked wall, as you can see, it selected the wall that I was changing there, so we were correct in our assumption that that's the wall that needed changed. But I'll click OK again, and now our fire rating is going to show up. So stacked walls are a little bit trickier, but it's the same process across the board. Everything's going to be able to be fixed by any of those tips that I gave you guys today. That's all the information I have for you guys today. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it helped. We'll see you in the next one.